all set up with your handpan, let's get ready to make a sound. There's a few different ways of playing a note, and I'm going to talk a little bit about them. Predominantly you've got the thumb stroke or the finger strokes. The thumb stroke is what a lot of people find quite instinctive. They come, sit down at the instrument, and they start using their thumbs. But what you want to avoid is playing down. A lot of people have a very, very heavy hand when they first start. To make a sound, the instrument needs to be resonating, so shaking, vibrating. If you're touching it after you've played it, that noise is going to be stopped immediately, like a dead stroke or a staccato stroke. It can be useful, not for right now. What you've got to imagine is your instrument is really hot. As soon as you've touched it, as soon as you've felt it, you've got to bounce off again. That way you're not muting the sound. When playing, I like to imagine turning a door handle. So stick your hand out that you're going to play with, and you're using this rotating motion. So we're not coming straight up and down, we're actually coming down and inwards. If you can see, my thumb is turning around, and that means that I'm allowing this bit of my thumb, the inside, and a little bit of the thumb pad to be the bit that touches the instrument. Again, this extra weight gives us a really nice sound so that we can play into the instrument without cutting anything off. Now it's important to remember not to hit your instrument too loud, whether you've got a RAV or a handpan. You don't want to be using really hard strokes. Always, whenever we're doing anything, the most basic thing you can remember, the most important is relaxing. If your elbows, your wrists and your fingers are relaxed, you're going to get a big sound out of that instrument without working too hard, which is what we always want. Now you'll notice I've been demonstrating with my right hand. Everyone has a better hand. Most people have a dominant hand. And that's the hand that you do for everything, brushing your teeth, using your phone. So it's natural that one of them is going to be better than the other one. But of course, we've got to work just as hard on the other hand. For me, it's my left hand. So make sure that you're practicing stuff with both hands. Really nice exercise, nice and slow, just playing each hand and listening to that sound. We've also got finger strokes. So to start off with, think about your index finger. Remember that same motion, that turning motion. As you strike down, you want to have the inside of your finger impacting the tongue. Same thing, hot handpan, you're bouncing off it, but this time we're using a finger. Now, hopefully you can see my whole hand is really relaxed as it's impacting. Nothing like this, none of that's happening. It's super fluid and relaxed. The same principles apply. That's our index finger stroke. The final kind of stroke is the outside fingers. So for this we're using these two fingers. I don't tend to use my little finger very much in playing the handpan, but these two fingers are a little bit interchangeable. And this is starting to use something called split hand technique, which I've borrowed from playing Middle Eastern frame drums, where we want to be able to use both sides of our hands. And I'm going to do a video about this in more detail later, but for right now, I just want you to think about turning inwards. While we were rotating outwards for the thumb and the finger, we're going to be rotating inwards for these two. And just experiment with seeing if you can get them to touch onto those outsides. So turning this way. So you've got your thumb stroke, your finger stroke inwards and your outwards finger stroke. Now it's time to put them together. So let's just try a simple exercise. Thumb, inside, outside, inside. Thumb, inside, outside, inside. Thumb, inside, outside, inside. So that's how we're going to use our hands. Where are we going to hit? On the RAV, you want to go right at the bottom, where that V is. That's what draws you in, that's how you know where to hit. Over here that gets the most resonance. If you try anywhere else on the tongue, we'll get a different sort of a sound, which might be an effect we're looking for later, but for now, isn't what we want. All of the principles that we've just gone through are exactly the same if you had a handpan. All you need to do is remember where you're going to be impacting. So, if you've got a handy dent cut, don't go for that. I know, it's tempting. You actually want to be hitting just under or just on the side or just above. And we can experiment with those same strokes. We've got our thumb, finger, outside. Same on this side. And of course, when you're working on the ding or the middle note, you can use any of those strokes or all of them together.
I hope you found that useful. If you did, please give me a like and subscribe to see new handpan videos coming soon. Thanks for watching.